Hello, everybody. Good afternoon to you. Hope you're having a great day. So, I thought I'd start out my day by doing a react to Neo Tarot's newest reading on Foodie Beauty. And her newest reading concerns Chantal's binge eating. So, for anybody who's been watching Foodie, you know that she's been going absolutely ham with the eating. It's really dark and disturbing watching her eat the amount of food that she's eating as frequently as she's eating it. As someone that I've dealt with BED, it's especially disturbing because it hits really close to home. Although, in my opinion, I am not a doctor, I am not diagnosing Chantal. In my opinion, she doesn't have BED, although she claims she does. And I say that because usually those with BED, there's an element of embarrassment and shame. You do your eating in private and in secret. You don't want anybody to know, versus someone like Chantal that she turns on the camera and she shows everybody what she's doing. Also, when she does a binge, everything is planned out. She buys the food, so that's a part of the planning. She takes requests from feeders, so that's another part of the planning. And she sits down and she makes videos and she does lives. Again, this stuff is all planned. That's not something you do when you have BED. It is possible to be a extreme food addict without having BED. So I think Chantal is a extreme food addict, but she doesn't have BED. But again, I am not here to diagnose Chantal. I'm just giving my opinion on the whole situation. But I watched Neo Tarot's reading on Chantal and her eating. Lots of wonderful insight. Absolutely wonderful. Loved your reading, Neo. And I have a question about your reading, but we'll get to it when we get to it. It has to do with the cards that you're using. There's one set that I absolutely adore, and I would love to know what set it is because they're just absolutely lovely. But how about we just get into the reading from Neo Tarot, and I will give my thoughts as we go. So let me just go ahead and share the screen. And I hope you guys enjoy this react. And for those of you that are new to my channel, that you've never heard of Neo Tarot, if you want to find her, please look down below. Below this video in the description, you'll find the link for the original video. You can check out all of the content on her channel. She also has a merch store, or if you want a private reading with Neo, you can get a private reading through her. And so I hope you guys enjoy this. And so let's go, y'all. Let's see what Neo has to say. Take it away, Neo.
Hey, y'all. Hey. So let's get into this intuitive reading, this intuitive message for Foodie Beauty and the binge. One of the subscribers was like, girl, she's binging.
Oh, Binge doesn't even begin to cover it. She's on a binge of glory. We're talking days and days of this, but yeah.
And I was like, oh no. So let's get into this reading in regards to her binging. And let's just see what Spirit wants to share moving in love and light. Okay. So Spirit is acknowledging when it comes to binging, this is giving her validation. This is giving her some form of spotlight, some sense of stage. Again, this is everyday magic, childhood simple pleasure, wonder, and a secret wish. So it's having something that she's always wanted when it comes to this binge. Spirit is also acknowledging we get this cat. Cats have 9 lives. So there's this energy of when she binges and she gets on the spotlight. This is energy of landing on your feet, landing on your feet, landing on your feet. But then again, there's that one time the Spirit just keeps reminding me that you're not going to be so lucky.
Yeah, all it takes is one time. One medical emergency, one medical event, and she could be out. And I'm not saying that in an ominous way. I'm saying that it just takes one time of a medical emergency for your whole life to alter, for everything to be over. And even if she suffers a mild stroke, that could have devastating effects. That's why she should be careful, but she's not being careful. I feel that for every meal that we see Chantal eat on camera, there are 4 or 5 more that we don't see. And that's the scary thing. As far as the other cards that you just put down, Neo, like she's got what she wants and she finds validation in what she does. I feel like maybe even before YouTube, Chantal always wanted to be somebody. She really wanted to be somebody. She wanted her own little spotlight. And when she started doing the mukbangs, she found the spotlight that she was looking for. But unfortunately, it was doing content that slowly started to take away parts of her health. And now she doesn't have anything left in that regard. So she feels that she stumbled onto something that's making her money, it's getting her attention, it's giving her validation, uh, it's giving her value, and there's nothing else within herself or outside of herself that gives her value. There's nothing else that she can say that she does well that people would give her attention for. So she's not letting go of this thing for several reasons. For one reason, because it makes her money. For other reasons, because a lot of people value Foodie Beauty more so than Chantal Marie. Off camera, Chantal Marie is a lonely person. She's a miserable person because she's put no work and time and value in herself. She literally gave everything up to this online persona, Foodie Beauty. And so she stays in that headspace all the time, in that online persona. And she's not interested in improving the person behind the persona. Does that make sense? So she doesn't want to let go of Foodie Beauty or stop what Foodie Beauty does to make money. She wants to keep that train going, because if that train were to stop, or if she were to discontinue doing that, what else would she do? How else would she make money? How else would she make attention? Could she come online and improve her life and get views? Absolutely. She would lose a lot of feeders in her audience because she does have a lot. She could build up a whole new audience and do things, but she doesn't want to go that way. She wants to stick with the old familiar.
My business, not my problem. Not listening to your higher intuitive self. And there's more than one way to skin a cat. So she's seeking breakthrough, solution, having receptivity, and also faith. Spirit is also acknowledging that this has to do with her relationship. All of this people-pleasing energy, also filled with pride and ego. Not listening to her higher intuitive self when it comes to this hotter than blue blazes relationship. This is a fire sign energy, acknowledging
I'm noticing something about the hotter than blue blazes card, Neo. Maybe I'm taking this wrong, but the hotter than blue blazes, the purple blobs in front of the orange blob, they look like flowers to me. So it seems like the higher self, that's where all the flowers are. That's where all the growth is, versus just paying attention to the fire in the belly, the sacral energy. The sacral energy it's brightly colored, and it's burning, but there's no growth there. It's just, what are you trying to tell me, Spirit? She goes off of impulse. She goes off of feel, but there's no growth there. It's just, let me just go with what I feel, versus reach inside to the higher self, listen to the higher self, where, there are flowers wanting to grow. Does that make sense?
passionate, but also chaotic. Holding on to this sexual sacral energy could also be emotional energy and or creative energy, and also holding on to the solar plexus energy, the fire and the ability to do what one wants, because we have that choice, right? And so it's a lot of fire sign energy, and there's binge is also included in regards to the pot calling the kettle black. So there's some kind of argument, there's some kind of going back and forth that's being communicated upon. Hey. Thank you, Spirit. That's filled with hypocrisy, projection, similarity, blame, introspection is needed. So again,
I wonder if the pot and the kettle, the hypocrisy going on, if that is her and Salah fighting. Like if they're going back and forth, because they might have arguments, they might have fights, and he might be coming at her for what she's doing. At the same time, she goes back at him like, well, you're benefiting from what I'm doing. So aren't you being a bit of a hypocrite? Like, I'm a food addict, and here you are living off of a food addict. Do you really have any space to yell and scream at me, sir? So Could that be the hypocrisy we're talking about? Of like two people who are benefiting from her food addiction, and the person who's getting paid, meaning Salah, to deal with her, to put up with her, he's getting his money. He's having a free and easy lifestyle on her dime. If he tries to come at her like, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing this, and she's looking at him, angry little teapot that she is, and saying, are you serious? You're benefiting off of what I do. You're benefiting greatly. You have no room to talk.
And Spirit is acknowledging that this binge has to do with validation and landing on one's feet, feeling validated, and also acknowledging that you're going to land on your feet. Spirit is also acknowledging that landing on your feet also has this thing where it's intertwined with this relationship, landing on your feet within this relationship, landing on your feet and seeking validation and having this moment of stage, having something that you've always wanted, attention, it feels like. Spirit is also acknowledging when it comes to this relationship with food and or with someone that there's this pot calling a kettle black. There's hypocrisy and introspection is needed. Hindsight is 2020. When I say hindsight, I'm saying sight as well. I'm feeling like the energy of sight is very heavy right now. Pay attention to your sight. Pay attention to the pressure behind your eyes. Pay attention. Pray.
That's a funny thing you talk about the bulging in her eyes, Neo, because you released this video 19 hours ago. I'm reacting to it right now. It was released 19 hours ago. And throughout this video, you talk about Chantal's eye problems, her bulging eye, which is something that myself and other people in Girl World, the community that we all react to her and we watch her, we've noticed and remarked upon her bulging eye and her eye issues. She herself has talked about her eye issues. She went out during the daytime with Salah, and she said it's hard for her to see in the daytime. Like she really shouldn't be driving. But interestingly enough, I think she watches you because she's doing a live right now and she's mentioning the bulging eye. So I think she's been watching your tarot readings, Neo. I really do. I know that myself, French Fry Girl, the YouTube Underground, we've all been reacting to you, and she watches everybody. She really does. So I think that she's seen your tarot readings and heard you talk about her eye issues, her health issues. And interestingly enough, she goes live and then she starts talking about them. So isn't that something? Like she's watching you. Yes, she is, ma'am.
Pay attention to feeling the bulge behind your eyes. I don't know the clinical term behind what I'm trying to say, but it's like an EO. Hey. Thank you, Spirit. EO Tom.
Okay, so I was trying to figure out what word it was because there's many different things it could be when it comes to Chantal's bad vision problems. There's so many things it could be. But the word was mentioned down in the comments for your video. Where is the word? Where is the word? It's a big word. Okay. So thank you to this person, Reflex Runs 767. They posted this comment. Reflex Run says, "You are awesome, Neo. By the way, I used to work for a neo ophthalmologist. Exophthalmosis, is that the way you say it? Is a descriptive symptom of a number of possible issues she may have. I have been thinking for a long time just how urgently she needs to have her eyes checked out. And in her case, she needs to lose the drugstore glasses and get some real ones. She is likely to go blind if she doesn't address it soon." Yeah, a lot of people have told her that she needs to get her eyes checked. It's been a while. Her diet has gotten worse. Her weight has gone up. Her diabetes is worse. What's going on with her eyes might be diabetes related. And that's something you just don't want to mess around with. She really should be getting her eyes checked to see where her vision is at. I don't think she even knows. But it's interesting that you are bringing up the eye problems. It's something you kind of mentioned before in other readings. But it's up to her to fix the problem or not.
I bulging disease. I feel like I want to say EO. Okay. Exo, like I'm saying EO, exophthalmos.
Girl, don't worry. It's a big word. I can't pronounce it either. That's a word you used to win Scrabble with. Doggone it.
EO, exophthalmos. Oh gosh.
I know that word is like too long, is it not? Dang, shorten some of the letters already.
No, I'm chewing that word. I'm chewing that word up. How the hell do you say that? Anyway, EX EXOPHTHALMOS. Bulging eyes could be a sign of a problem with your thyroid gland. It can also be treated, but get it checked quickly as your vision can be affected. Okay, that's your business, child. No. So again, with the pot calling the kettle black, Spirit says to go back. There's hypocrisy, projection, similarity, blame, introspection is needed. Hindsight is 2020. In the middle of the deck, this again has something to do with the fire in your belly, the choice to do what you want to do because you can. And this has to do with whom you're kissing, hugging, loving, snuggling, pillow talk, bonding, and someone's favorite. So
well, if she's doing all that, if she's hugging up on somebody and kissing up on somebody, one of three things could be happening. One, that could be her just trying to love bomb Salah and play nice with him so that he won't completely walk away from her. Two, it could be to the ex that she is still obsessed with. Three, it could be some of the feeders that she talks to. She might be doing some, shall we say, sensual, erotic content for. Maybe, don't know.
binge has to do with all these things. Anything else that you want to share, Spirit, in regards to her binging? Or just an episode of binging. Again, this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Sometimes the tea is hot, sometimes it's not. You have to watch the video to the end to determine for yourself. Okay, so Spirit is acknowledging this is a one-horse town when it comes to her binging or binge eating, and at any moment she can overcome this obstacle and return to her place of peace, of resilience, of strength if she chooses. But she's choosing to eat over here. The grass is greener over here, so she thinks. But in all actuality, it is hurting her. The heart chakra has imbalances and or delays. There's an energy of boredom, monotony, small-mindedness, branching out, move on, novelty is needed. So, and because she's here, she's also here with a lipstick on a pig. It's being communicated again that the heart chakra has imbalances and or delays. With the lipstick on the pig, there's all of this energy when it comes to her binge eating around passion for someone, passion for business, passion for people, not listening to her higher intuition again, causing her to do things that are not just unnatural, but also are detrimental to herself, to her health. Spirit is acknowledging egg on your face. If that ain't truth, grits ain't groceries. Okay.
Yeah, that's part of Chantal's problem. She doesn't want egg on her face. She'll have egg on her plate, but she doesn't want egg on her face. And that's, I feel, part of what's going on, Neo, is that there's a lot of self-soothing, a lot of overcompensating. So she doesn't get egg on her face. For every one thing that girl world knows about, there are probably 100 things that we don't know about. And Chantal works overtime to make sure that we don't discover, because it's important for her to keep up the illusion of happiness versus just being absolutely happy. Like it's like somebody who's absolutely miserable and then they go ham trying to prove that they're happy. I'm fine. When I think about Chantal and the way she handles things, I keep getting a picture in my mind of someone who's standing next to a large rug and holding up the corner of it. And they have a broom and they have, like dirt just appears next to the rug. And they keep sweeping the dirt under the rug just so nobody will see it. As soon as it appears, they sweep it under there. As soon as it appears, they sweep it under there. And they keep doing it over and over and over again. And pretty soon there's a whole pile of dirt under the rug. And something is under there because there's just so much. So, she keeps sweeping things under the rug versus dealing with them. And then after a while, it becomes apparent that, yeah, there's something under the rug, that something ain't right, something's fishy. But she keeps denying that there's a pile of dirt under the rug, and she does a lot of self-soothing. She does a lot of covering up, a lot of escapism outside of herself, inside of herself. It's just cover up, cover up, cover up, disguise, 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 versus dealing with things and just being honest.
If that ain't truth, grits ain't groceries. What is the message in regards to foodie beauty binging? Binge eating. Thank you, Spirit. She cannot break the ice. It's a chilly reception. So some of this has to do with money. What can bring me money? Okay. And the money is very slim. It's bleak. Spirit is also acknowledging, yes, trusting your feelings and fulfilling your heart's desire. Whatever you do in the dark comes to the light. Whatever you're trying to suppress is coming to the surface. Could include a water sign and or could be emotional, dispelling myths, truths and lies, smoke and mirrors. Okay. Spirit is also acknowledging turning back, walking away, unreceptive to new ideas. So this idea that you have to binge eat and to document it is to bring money, but the money's still not coming in. And this is your truth.
And it looks like she just wants to stick with the old familiar. She's like, this works for me. This eating on camera, as horrible as it may be for people that are not into that, I'm going to do it because it makes me money. But the thing is, it's not making as much money as it used to. Like a lot of things have changed since you first got on YouTube, Neo. Like a lot of things have changed. The world has changed. It used to be a thing for a lot of people to watch her and another woman named Amberlyn Reed get on camera and act foolish and eat a bunch of food. But the world has changed since then. A lot of people's attitudes have shifted ever since COVID, where, like the whole world was affected by the pandemic and everything became more expensive and a lot of people went into survival mode. There are people out there, they're having trouble paying the rent. They're having trouble paying for food. And then you get on YouTube and you see two women on there that they have a job that, unless they really go out of pocket, they're not going to get fired for. They're making better than average money. A lot of people that are not them care about their health. And so when they get on YouTube and they see someone like Chantal or Amberlyn Reed purposely wrecking their health, it hits different. For the people that are not them, it hits different. Those people that are not them are going to look at them and go, why? Why would you purposely hurt your health if you don't have to? Why wouldn't you improve your health if you have the opportunity and the money to? You've got the time, you've got the opportunity, you've got the resources, you got everything you need. You got all the tools you could ever ask for and more. And so when you see somebody committing extreme gluttony and turning it into content, if you're somebody, you're struggling, you're working mad crazy hours, and you see something like that, you go, how is it that this person doesn't appreciate what they have and count their blessings and do what they can to take care of themselves? Like the attitude shifted, like over the course of time, especially after the pandemic. A lot of people are struggling now. A lot of people are barely making it. So when you see two people that they're doing better than average, and yet with that better than average, they're hurting themselves, the rest of the world is just shaking its head going, why? Absolutely why?
And what you're doing is coming to the light. Whatever you're trying to suppress in this moment of binging is coming to the surface. Spirit is acknowledging there's also this energy of wanting to turn away and walk away because people aren't receptive and aren't responding the way that she would like them to in regards to this idea. Spirit is also acknowledging in the middle of the deck, there's a cold shoulder, frozen, and things are going to be put on ice for a while. Anything else in regards to her binge eating?
Well, it's funny you say that because she's doing a live right now, Neo, and she's talking about going on another health journey. Funny thing is that she just got through saying that, and then she did like 3 or 4 days of heavy binging. Now we're back to I'm committed to my health again. She talked about talking to Overeaters Anonymous, but she never sticks with a therapy. And in my opinion, if she stays in Kuwait, where she's alone and she's not in a inpatient facility, she's never going to get better. She is someone that she needs to be checked in somewhere and constantly monitored, somewhere where she cannot sneak food in or have somebody else sneak food in, and she can't sneak food, period. She's going to have to be under heavy surveillance to get her food problem under control.
It's this heavy energy. It's blocked. She's feeling very weighed down and worried. And this has to do with the relationship. She's subconsciously, she's very worried because, thank you, Spirit. On the surface, she's very worried. Subconsciously, she thinks that this relationship can still work, that they will have good times and a happy ending. And Spirit says no. In the middle of the deck.
No, see, there you go. I know Chantal watches my reacts. There you go, Chantal. There's your answer. You're looking for an answer about, is this going to work? Can this work out? Can I still stay with Salah? Can I stay in Kuwait and have a happy ending? The answer is no. Not with the way you are currently. You are very, very sick and you need help. The kind of help that Salah cannot give you. He is not a doctor. He is not a psychiatrist. He is not a therapist. Even if he were, he couldn't treat you because there'd be a conflict of interest. You guys are too close. You need to be around people that you don't have a personal connection with, that they know what they're talking about, that you will listen to. Problem is, I don't think you're ready to listen to anybody. You're still in that stubborn as a mule headspace. You think you have all the answers. You think you know what you're doing. Well, here's my question to you, Foodie, since I know you watch these reacts. If you have all the answers, why are you so sick? Why haven't you been able to heal yourself? And the answer is, you don't have all the answers. You're out of control. And so you need help to get back in control. You got to let somebody else drive for a while.
You're burning through your money,
Yep.
Poor investment, and you're broke. Okay.
Now, I have to wonder if all of these binges that she's doing, she's spending a lot of money on food, hoping that by doing the stuff on YouTube, that the big money whales, the big money feeder guys will come forward and maybe give her a monthly stipend for feeder content. I know she's got people with her already. Spirit keeps telling me there's 3 or 4 people in the background at least that are paying her, but she's looking for more. She needs more. So there are people in the background that are getting content offline. There's like 3 or 4 of them. She's looking for more because she needs more. Her food habit is so out of control. She needs a lot just to maintain. So she just might be, throwing all of her poker chips on the table and hoping to get a winner in there somewhere. So spending a lot of money on food, hoping that something will come out of it, but there's no guarantee.
Okay, not my business, not my problem. Foodie beauty, binge eating, allegedly. What's the energy? Spirit said to check yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Subconsciously, somebody's going to be setting the record straight. That this has a lot to do with her anger management, angry about something.
She's got anger problems, Neo. Chantal she's got a bad temper. She does. She's got a bad temper. Bad. Woo! When she gets mad, Lord. But she needs all kinds of therapy. I think some therapy is needed for her emotions, her temper. She needs some anger management classes of sorts.
What is she so angry about?
Life. Spirit Spirit is saying to me, Chantal is always angry. She's always angry about something. She's angry. She gets mad when she doesn't get the food that she wants when she wants it. She's mad if she doesn't get enough attention. She's mad if she doesn't have enough people in the chat that are cuddling up to her. She gets mad if the reactors call her out on her nonsense behavior, or we discover a truth to a lie that she told. She gets mad about a lot of things. She's always mad. And there might be the mad that might be going on right now is the content that she's been doing on YouTube. It's not getting much in the way of views, not like the views she used to get. She got dead spoiled on the views she used to get, and they keep going down more and more and more, and there's less and less people watching her lives. Her channel has not grown at all as far as subscriber count. She's getting less and less super chats. So I don't know what's going on off of YouTube and how successful that is, but as far as on YouTube, everybody's just reached a point with her content that it's monotonous. And people have told her it's monotonous. And they want her to do different things. And yet she won't, because she just keeps convincing herself, if I just keep up with what I'm doing, somewhere, somehow, it'll be successful. But it's not. People are getting more and more bored and irritated. The people, even the new batch of subscribers that she has, they're catching on to her lies, and they're catching on to her patterns, and they're picking up on the fact that this is someone you can't take their word for anything. They stand for nothing. They mean nothing. All of it. There's nothing to keep people interested nor intrigued. So subscribers keep falling off. And she goes into a bit of a panic. Let me do more food content. Let me just eat bigger meals. And she's also trying to trigger and rage bait those of us that are reaction channels. She thinks that by eating a whole piece of cake in 3 bites, that's going to make us rage. There's nothing to rage about. You know, it's her choice to eat a piece of cake. We're just reacting to her. But that's what she wants to do.
Attracting moths. Also, again, still angry. And there's this energy of someone's coming in after you for battle.
Ooh.
You don't know what to do. You don't know how to handle it.
Who is that? Who's coming in to battle her? I must know.
Don't know how to respond. And so you eat. Also, Spirit is acknowledging you're money hungry. You'll do anything for money. It's the second time that that's come up, that you're using this as a way to make money. This card wants to pop out. Spirit says that she needs to get centered and align herself with the universe ASAP, because she's destroyed, shattered, fucked up, broken, knowing that she fucked up. Goodness gracious. And what does this have to do in the middle of the day? Somebody's going to the gym, but they're doing more than working out. So is this why you're binging? Does her binge eating have anything to do with her relationship with Salah?
I think she regrets her decision to leave Canada. I've had that in one of my readings, Neo, that Chantal, she feels regretful leaving Canada. She had the chance to stay there and start over. Her ex-boyfriend, Pete, I'm sure he would have been very happy to move in with her. But she did not want that. Like, part of her was still stuck on, I can live in Kuwait. So she went back there. She could have stayed in Canada and rebuilt everything and let go of Salah, and things might have gotten better, but she chose to leave. She'd go back there, and I'm sure that there is regret in her mind about that of, well, maybe I should have stayed. Yeah, you should have, and gone to inpatient, but you didn't.
Thank you. I was misled about us. I now see the truth. We need to reconnect before it's too late. Is this why you're binge eating? Deadline is in reverse. Interest, seeking profit over genuine connection, of valuing material benefits. and valuing material benefits, appreciating what the person provides financially rather than, okay.
This is like the third money card you pulled out, Neo. Like money is just all over this reading. The want of money, the lust of money, going after the money, worshiping at the altar of money, 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 money. I want money. I need money. I've got to have money. I'll do whatever it takes to get the money. She is money hungry and obsessed. But for what? You're obsessed for money. For what, though, Chantal? For what? Once you get the money, what are you going to do with it? You're going to buy more food. You're going to indulge more in your addiction. The more you make, the more you spend. So the money you're looking for, it would only fund something that's bad for you. The more you get, the more you spend. So you're seeking money because you're hungry. It's not just to be about, you're not just hungry for money. You're hungry for money because you're hungry because of the food addiction. And you're looking for funds to feed that addiction. You're not looking to starve the addiction. You're looking to help it grow and nourish it. That is the wrong thing to nourish. Feeding that monster, it's already Godzilla sized. It doesn't need to be any bigger. It needs to shrink so that you can control it. It's so much out of control right now.
Okay. And in the middle of the deck, false flame.
Oh, false flame, denied. Is that what Salah is? A false flame? Yeah, I would think so. She wants him to be the one, but he ain't the one. He is not the one. False flame, Chantal.
Flame puts you on an emotional roller coaster and causes distress. A partnership hinders your progress and creates obstacles. Intentions are unclear and makes you feel insecure.
Yeah, look at that false flame card, Chantal, the description of it. Tell me if that doesn't describe perfectly what's going on with you and Salah. You cannot deny how truthful that card is, how it describes you and it describes Salah. That is so the two of you. And I'm looking at the false flame card. So there's one hand on the left side reaching out, and I'm noticing the colors behind it, Neil. There's red, there's orange. Those are very passionate, vibrant colors. That's emotional. It is lust. It is love. It's a color of love. Like one hand is reaching out to touch the other hand, and the other hand is going, no, talk to the hand. And I'm noticing the colors behind that hand. It's blue, it's cold, it's cool, like cool colors. Like, so you have all of the passion and the lust for Salah, the want of Salah, and he's noticed the color on the hand of his side, the background there. It's chilly, isn't it? It's very cold. I'm getting a sense of ice, like you're being iced out. You're wanting to grab onto that hand. That other hand is doing the blocking hand, saying, talk to the hand. I'm not interested. I will never be interested. You need to get it through your head. This is a business arrangement. Always has been, always will be. That's as far as you're getting with me. Don't. You know the boundaries. Stop trying to step across them. So that false flame card is perfect.
And I'm asking again, is she binge eating because of this relationship? And these are the cards that come out. Okay, so it does feel like this has something to do with her binge eating. Foodie Beauty binge eating.
Okay, now these are the cards I was talking about, Neo. I don't know what deck this is. Those cards are beautiful. What deck is this? I must have it. I already have a crap ton of decks. I know. But what deck is that? I must know. What deck is this? I love the imagery. It's very soft. It's very dreamy. I love it. I love these cards. Beautiful, beautiful cards. Can you please let me know?
Spirit says it's time for you to heal. There are many modes of healing, but the intention itself is key. With loving kindness, examine your wounds, bringing restorative attention and self love to those parts that have been unattended to for so long. Spirit says it's time to heal. Spirit says you need some protection. Spirit says you need to release.
Yep, I will agree. Like I love those oracle cards. Aren't they gorgeous, y'all? Look at them. Such beautiful imagery. Who did these cards? I must know. Anyway, Chantal does need healing. And she does need to release. She needs to release this food addiction. Stop letting it chain her and control her. She needs to release Salah. Let him go. She needs to release a lot of things that she is working so hard to hang on to, things that are toxic and are holding her back. She needs to release the lies. Stop working so hard to hang on to the lies and go with the truth instead. You know, if you want to let go of the darkness, you've got to walk in the light. She's not walking in the light. She's keeping everything in the dark, including herself.
When it comes to this binging, allegedly, there is a part of us that needs to feel protected, held safe, and shepherded through difficult times. Rely on your inner guardian and ask your guides and spiritual helpers to hold you safe during times of fear and doubt. Trust in divine influence. Are you binge eating because there's fear and doubt? We're going to tap more into that in just a second.
You know, I'm taking that protection card a different way, Neo. I apologize. I keep picking this up. When I look at that protection card, does she need protection? Yes, she does. But I feel like this is what she wants to be. This is how she wants to kind of portray herself as an innocent little lamb. And she like, I'm so innocent, help me. And she wants someone to protect her. Like, I'm helpless and I can't help myself. Somebody help me. She wants to be the damsel in distress. She wants someone to put their arms around her and take control. And that's the headspace she deals in. It just, I want someone else to do everything. Like, she wants a safe space and to have someone around to take care of her. But the thing is, she needs to learn to take care of herself. She can't be too codependent on other people and rely on them for them to be her protection. She's got to learn to protect herself. She can't just put off this vibe of I'm helpless, I'm helpless, I'm helpless. She's got to find her own strength.
Two, Spirit also says you need to release. Bind, gag, and cease the mission of the enemy. Expansion takes place as we release expansions and worries to a higher power. Breathing deeply, we can enjoy the freedom of releasing pent-up energy and concerns that bind our mental and emotional resources. Let the universe hold the load that's been weighing you down, a load. Are you binging because of that? All right.
I also think, Neo, that part of the reason why she might be binging is it's been over 2 years since she got with Salah, almost 3. And I'm getting this feeling that Salah is catching on to a lot of her games. Like, a lot of her manipulations are not working anymore. She's losing control of him, and she knows it, and that's stressing her out because she is a bit of a control freak.
Binge eating. Okay. It's for the money. It keeps coming out that you're doing something for income. Spirit says game over in matters of love, but be careful with your heart. Spirit is also acknowledging make a wish and manifest your dreams to reality. Like, tap in and get into alignment. 6 candles are significant as well. Binging. She, again, is doing this to have high vibrancy, to be put on a throne, to be seen as someone who is admired, to be seen as someone who is socially, and like a social influencer, like just someone who's admired. who's warm and vibrant. Subconsciously, this leaves her with a lack of foresight, delays, obstacles to long-term goals. In the middle of the deck, she thinks that this is going to create harmony, marriage, happiness, and alignment. It seems like she's very scattered. Any other energy in regards to binging? Boredom, missed opportunity, being aloof is why, with the Four of Cups in reverse, with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, debt, selfishness, and one-sided charity, and with the Ace of Cups in reverse, block, the repressed emotions is why.
Yeah, that the one card with the one-sided charity. Like, I've done other readings on the situation, Neo, and she is being really stingy with her money in regards to paying Salah. Like, she doesn't give him very much, or maybe anything at all. Like, she's being really, really stingy with it. Like, just she's doing the financial abuse with him.
Okay. Spirit is acknowledging with the Queen of Cups in reverse, emotional insecurity and codependency is why. If she keeps going, what's next? Judgment, rebirth, inner calling, absolution, taking accountability and responsibility for your actions, because you're going to be going in front of someone, in front of law.
Oh, you're going to be going in front of the law, Chantal? Yikes. Well, with the way she's been going out and driving, and she has trouble seeing, and she's almost got into some auto accidents more than a few times. Anymore, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when, the way she's been driving. That might just happen, Neo.
Front of some type of spiritual advisor, spiritual wisdom, or judicial wisdom, judicial law, a religious group or group identification to conform, to put things into perspective, to put things back in order, some form of tradition and belief. Spirit is acknowledging this is going to create disagreement, competition, strife, tension, and conflict with the Five of Wands, leaving her with the Seven of Wands in reverse, giving up, overwhelmed, and even feeling overly protective. Thank you, Spirit. Whatever you're trying to manifest is not going to come to fruition. You're being met with obstacles, blocks, creative blocks, and delays. This is a sign. Okay, Spirit is acknowledging you need to move on. You need to accept the things you cannot change. You need to forgive. Spirit is also acknowledging you also have unrealistic, angelic, and moody energy, not just within yourself and your emotions, but also within your relationship.
Yep, codependent, jealous, toxic, insecure, controlling, stingy. Oh, she's got all the bad traits. All of them. I don't know how she expects anyone to fall in love with her and stay in love with her. She sucks a person dry. And that's not what real love is about.
Thank you, Spirit. Again, you're unrealistic, jealous, and moody with the Knight of Cups. And subconsciously, you think that your marriage or your relationship is everything. It's harmonious, it's happy, it's in alignment with the Ten of Cups. But Spirit is acknowledging this is a lost opportunity. There's a lack of planning and foresight. Okay, real quick, how does Salah feel about her binging? With the Magician card in reverse, there's manipulation, poor planning, latent talents. With the Death card in reverse, she's resistant to change and unable to move on. And this is how he feels. With the Sun card in reverse, there's a temporary depression, lack of success. Now we sit back and let the universe do what the universe does.
Great reading, Neo. Absolutely great. Really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for posting that. And so I'm going to go ahead and post this to my YouTube channel. And for those of you, again, that are new to my channel, that you've never heard of Neo Tarot, please check out all of her content on her channel. Look down below this video for the original link. I will leave it there for you. And leave a like for Neo, maybe a comment, sub up to her. And thank you guys for watching. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.